Book of Isaiah chapter 5, verse 15. And the mean man shall be brought down, and the mighty man shall be humbled, and the eyes of the lofty shall be humbled. Verse 16. But the Lord Yahweh, while Yahweh of hosts, shall be exalted in judgment, and power that is holy shall be sanctified in righteousness. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory. Call Elohim, La Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Arachak. That's what the thumb. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth with faith and sincerity, risking their lives and the freedom to do so. Shalom to the Akwatini Akim out there listening and learning. Lord willing, to edifying video. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad. Salakia. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of the other nations, looking like the other nations, but subscribing to this truth. To you I say Shalom. This is the brother Yahweh Sop out of the GMS Cleveland Church. Fellow servant coming at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. And basically, I was, scrolling through YouTube and I seen a video, and I decided I wanted to do a quick video on it because it's kind of comical, but it's just showing you the state we're in, So I'm gonna let you watch the video. I'm gonna elaborate, comment on it, and then, I got a few scriptures in the lesson, Lord willingly. Bear with me for a second. I'm just putting this Fair Use Act because I'm not going to profit off of this. I am using information and material from another site, and basically, like I said, just to cover myself, I'm not going to profit off this, but I'm using material from this site here. So
Verizon knows how to build unlimited right. Start with America's most awarded network, offered at a price built for everyone, and on a phone everyone loves. iPhone 11 on us when you buy select iPhones, because everyone deserves the best. This is unlimited built right.
What's up, TikTok? So I just watched another video of some clown with a camera running his mouth to an officer. I think it was in New York, and calling him a bitch and a punk, and take that badge and gun off and let's fight. So here's my question. A lot of you clowns like to do that. Y'all really think we hide behind our badges and guns, and a lot of us obviously we can't fight. That's what y'all think, right? Okay, so how about if we come up with a system that the officer signs a waiver, you sign a waiver, and put your camera down, we put our badge and gun down, and let's step in the ring.
Getting very mad at protesters.
Let's see how many of you would actually sign up, since you feel like we're a punk behind our badges and guns. I'll sign a waiver. How many of you gonna step in the ring with me?
And challenging them to a fight.
I'll wait.
And now, of course, because he's been called out.
So let me state in my earlier video, I did not come out and challenge anybody.
He is straight backpedaling.
So I've been getting all kind of messages and friend requests and all that good stuff. Guys, listen, it's pointless.
Wait a minute, dude is clearly moving the goalpost. This is 5'7" talk. 99% of the base came out the man's voice when the internet told him to turn his location on. So why did Officer walk back his comments? A Floyd Mayweather Promotions protege, Devin Haney, has an unblemished record at 135 pounds. If you know anything about boxing, the skills are what matters. And Haney's got him. Gladly welcome you to a beating, wrote Haney on Twitter. After his "I didn't mean exactly what I said" video, Haney responded with laughing emojis again. Who is this clown, wrote ESPN's Damian Woody. I'll tell you, Officer Slaughter, as you could see on his uniform, that's not me saying it, it's him, has not a single clue what the message of defunding the police means. Look.
And please stop calling for the defunding and dismantle of the police, because I'm telling you, you guys hear bits and pieces of what goes on.
And I just wanted to interject there because at the end of the day, to show you how foolish this guy is, this is I shouldn't have interjected that quick. I had thought I was going to come with a scripture, and matter of fact, I am, because at the end of the day, that's what the elder goes into when he's talking about, the heathens and these Gentiles, because, obviously he looks like a Jake, maybe Southern Kingdom, but you never know. You're supposed to be a spiritual man, so you're supposed to base it on the spirit. We got brothers that's, if you've ever met people from outside the country, like the elders always, well, like Elder Malcolm, for instance, always goes into, he's been in the service. So he says he's met Elamites that, East Indians that look blacker than Jake, you know what I mean? It's Mexicans blacker than Jake, you know what I mean? Like, so it's funny that it's only Jake that's labeled as, black. I mean, even though, like I said, they looping or throwing Issachar and Ephraim in there. It was just a whole little thing where Ephraimite basically got approached because he owned the building, but you had some, you had E blow down on him because E just think they rule the fucking whole planet. That was gonna be so funny where the Lord really really humble everybody. That's why I came out with that scripture. But I'm gonna get this script and then go back to the video because you really got to watch it in its entirety. So I should have waited, but all this is coming regardless. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 19 verse 2. And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian, and they shall fight every one against his brother and every one against his neighbor, city against city and kingdom against a kingdom. And basically that's what you're seeing. You're seeing two Babylonians, two heathens, two Gentiles, about to get into it because, this Jake that literally is a Babylonian in mind because he's not an Israelite, what I mean? They're going to show him going as far as with the flag and, I'm going to let you watch the video. But the point is he relates more to Esau than he does with, his people. And he is backpedaling. And that's just showing you the spirit that this place is in. It's about to be a great tumult. You know what I mean? That means an uprising. You got people literally calling out the police like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, where your location at? And then he cares, tell you in the book of James about how deadly the tug is. Let me get that. Well, I will get this 14 and then I will get the James and then I will go back to the video. Isaiah 19 and 14. The Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. You see that the people having no respect. Like they were saying, Trump was mad about the fact that that his last rally he didn't get the turnout he wanted. You know what I mean? It's just you got people disrespecting him. You know what I mean? Like you got people disrespecting these cops. You know what I mean? Cause like if you ever watch any of this footage of these protests, I think in Mexico they try to light a cop on fire. You know what I mean? Like this shit gonna be horrific. You know what I'm saying? Like it is funny, it is terrifying, it is all these things bundled up in one. But it's like damn, you know what I mean? And this guy has not a clue. You know what I mean? But let me get this to James real quick, and then I'm gonna go back to the video because I just gotta bring that out. Cause this dude, he is backpedaling, and it's funny that this guy that look like an Edomite is saying that because he like, you done said all this tough guy shit, but then, like he said, he did not, see that's the thing with this technology. And Esau come up with shit, and that's why we call him Dr. Frankenstein. Dr. Frankenstein literally came up with that monster. That monster was his fucking death. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, like, like a mad scientist. You get what I'm saying? Like he creating shit, not realizing what the fuck he doing. Like they said, man, when you really go into like, come on, like when you, that's why this man, that's why it talks about in the scripture about children shall rule over them. This man has a childlike mentality. Yeah, he got knowledge and wisdom on the left hand side, and he's able to come up with certain things. When you really go into information and like really look at the discoveries, it's a guy named Moses. He was able to actually make a machine that actually can create clear, clean, drinkable water out of thin air because the air has moisture in it. You know what I mean? So he made a machine that actually, the Most High blessed his mind to actually come up with a machine to actually create a machine that could, as fucked up as this water is, right? Yet still they trying to damage the machine, right? They doing all this old crazy shit. But then when Esau come up with shit, he come up with nukes and the dude Winchester. You know what I'm saying? You need to go check that out too, because when you go into the history of the Winchester, Stephen King wrote a book called Red Rose, and it's based off of that though. When you like Winchester, you got to go like it's this book I had when I was locked up, and you could get it on PDF at that time, but I don't know now. They done changed everything up. It might not be on there no more. It was like the big book of oddities, a big book of freaks or something like that, and it talked about like Caligula, and it was based on all true stories, but it was written in like a comic book form, and it goes into Winchester, and she had went so crazy because she basically all the money they was making because it was blood money. She kept on they had a mansion and she kept on building on the mansion because she thought the spirits of the dead people was gonna get her. So by keeping building the house, the home, she thought she could escape the spirits. She was trying to trap the spirit. Yeah, and it's based on true story. You know what I mean? So and that's just them plagues that the Most High sends on people. You know what I mean? Like, I know somebody that actually sees things, apparitions, and I was trying to explain to them because they think it's a gift, and to a certain extent it is, but for the most part, it's a plague of the mind. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, just imagine in that day when the Lord said He's going to release the apparitions, how bad it's going to be. You know what I mean? But Salaki, I'm a little bit everywhere because that's sometimes how my spirit works. You know what I mean? And we want to stay on topic, but sometimes the spirit had you bouncing around a little bit. But like I say, his mouth casts some shit that his ass can catch. And just showing you how people disregarding their kings, their princes, and these people is in positions of authority. It tells you in scripture in the book of Romans, obey those in authority, but at the same time, it's going to be a time when you're not supposed to obey those in authority, when it's coming against the law, statutes, and commandments. The Bible tells you those that's going to choose to take that chip, that mark, that charagma, you know what I mean? You're not supposed to partake in it. For the other nations, the heathen, you know what I mean, they ain't gonna have no problem with it. But an Israelite, he's not supposed to partake in it, or it's gonna be a very deadly, destructive, horrific death. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, you're gonna have 2/3 that's gonna take it. But the true men of the Lord are not. You know what I mean? On to pain of death. But once again, he made some statements, and now he up there backpedaling. And that's why it talks about the power of the tongue in the scriptures. This is the book of James, chapter 3, verse 6. And the tongue is a fire and a world of iniquity. So is the tongue amongst our members that is the file of the whole body, and set on fire the course of nature, and is set on fire of hell. For every kind of beast and of birds and of serpents and of things in the sea is tamed, and have been tamed of mankind. But the tongue can no man tame. It is unruly evil, full of deadly poison. So at the end of the day, like this tongue, it's like a double-edged sword. I think that's in the scriptures. It's a double-edged sword because it can heal you and it can cut you at the same time. The word of the Most High is a double-edged sword. It tell you that it's sharper than any two-edged sword. I believe that's in Hebrews 4:12. Piercing even the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, because I could say, to take time to think about Stephen. Stephen was so much in the spirit. He made them people so angry they killed him. You know what I mean? Just like when Paul, like, you got to imagine the power that this man had. You know what I mean? I was just watching the 2/3 nigga. This nigga talking about blood gang, but he keep on repping Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King. Not knowing, now I know why he's saying Martin Luther King, because he from Alabama like Martin Luther King was. But would you still rep Martin Luther King knowing that Martin Luther King was a fucking sodomite? Knowing that Martin Luther King, I mean, people would get offended by that, but I ain't even making this shit up. Martin Luther King was like, Pastor Verner today. Like, this nigga's set up. He was set up by the same motherfuckers that's going to try and chip everybody. Like, this is how stupid people is. Like, I mean, it ain't even really stupid, because at the end of the day, I didn't come to this knowledge on my own. The Most High opened my eyes to this, you know what I'm saying? So that's grace, and that was a gift by the Most High, you know what I mean? I could have been just as lost and blindfolded. I mean, it tells you in the book of Isaiah about how he gave him eyes not to see and ears not to hear. So I could have been, because at one point in time, I was in the world, and at one point in time, I was a nigga. I'm trying not to be a nigga anymore. You know what I mean? But I just brought that out because of the fact that, see, I get to running off at the mouth sometimes, Salakia. But I just brought that out because, like I say, they are right about that. Now you backpedaling.
You really have no idea. You do not want to see what will happen if we're not on the street. All the stuff that happens day to day, and we're actually out here 8, 9, 10, 12 hours trying our best to stop it and stopping a lot of it. Imagine what it would be if we were not out here. Okay?
Now, Salaki, I'm going to bring out another script because he is right to a certain extent, but at the same time, they going to show you somehow he contradicting himself. He literally saying how he's right. Like, I watch people terrified. My damn demon did this shit. My demon was terrified. Oh, my God. Oh, what's going to happen? Word as fuck. They open this shit back up. She back to the proud motherfucker that she was The first, you know what I mean? And the thing is, what the Most High, one of the 7 things the Most High hate is a proud motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you be proud in a place? You got people proud when they ain't got a fucking dollar and you dependent on the government for every fucking thing. How the fuck are you proud? You know what I'm saying? Like, that is crazy to me, you know what I mean? And have no clue of what like, I stay in a government housing spot. If they ever, because 9 times out of 10 places like that, they gonna make you fucking get mandatory vaccination or you ain't gonna be able to stay in them. Listen, this is a spot they talking about. They done opened everything up and you still can't have guests in the spot that you supposed to be paying for. Like, right. So what happens when they be like, well, you got to take this vaccination? I'm ready to go back on the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will get my little hobo bag. You got me fucked up. Like, I'm cool. I do videos and research shit. They talking about they got vaccinations gonna change your DNA. I'm cool. Like, at the end of the day, fuck who don't like it or you think that's crazy. Some of you people, like I say. So anyhow, I ain't mean to, go off on a tyrant, but because I do agree with him on that. A lot of people ain't ready for how it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, you really didn't see nothing. There's places where motherfuckers was going off. You know what I mean? People sitting up there thinking that little zone, that autonomous zone, and then they playing with words because everything about to be automated. So, the autonomous. Anyway, but like I say, they making it seem like that place so cool, not understanding what's going on over there. They got this dude that's set up. This got to be the dumbest guy I've ever met. What do you think, what good could come out of this? They literally every day put it to the dudes like, where's that in Seattle? The dudes like, yeah, they got to take back over the area. Take back over the area. But you got this stupid ass nigga that agreed to go in there. He arming people with AR-15s and shit. He signed by that fucking tall ass weird fake Khazar Jew-ish motherfucker. Whatever that dude that run the rap game. I had to go look him up. You should go look him up. The Illuminati dude though. The dude that fucked hip hop up. You know what I'm saying? This piece of shit motherfucker. That dude literally backed him. Now like I said, to show you, if you can't see that set up, this dude's supposed to got money. Like he's supposed to be got some money and he's supposed to have record deals. He's supposed to be making music sales. But now you just want to be motherfucking the king being boss. This ain't like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't like no shit you gonna be able to escape from. This ain't no fucking video game or movie. Nigga, and then the thing is, what your AR-15 gonna do when they can take a whole drone and just blow that bitch up? You know what I'm saying? Like, they literally just blew a dude up. Like, at the beginning of the year, everybody forgot that. Your country that you so love literally assassinated a motherfucker. And everybody still like, and then gonna wonder why the fuck all these, when we say that all these countries is gonna change and basically blow this bitch up. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, this motherfucker, they not only did they do that to show, that's how you know they did that shit and assassinate him, because this in the same, like a couple months later, they tried to send that secret group of motherfucking military people into Venezuela to try and do a coup. And they caught them through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh. And what did Donald Trump say? He never said that they didn't send him. He just said that it had nothing to do with us. You know, they like, well, shit, they American dudes, they American trained, they American military. You know what I'm saying? They probably tortured the shit out of them. And rightfully so, though. Like I say, and then them some probably brainwashed Babylonians. They probably really got in their mind they gonna die for the country and shit like that. You know, they ain't gonna do an Eric Snowden. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, no. They do that. But to show you how really is involved and show you how everybody really, like, they literally, when you go into the whole, the backstory of the thing, they didn't have like a contract for money. They had a contract for oil. So they stood to make a substantial amount of money. You get what I'm saying? Anyhow, Salakia for running off at the mouth. This is the book of Daniel, because like you said, at the end of the day, you know, people ain't going to be ready for what's about to happen and without law enforcement. It's going to be worse than the Wild Wild West. You know what I'm saying? Wild Wild West and other countries are fascinated with that time because that was a time where you literally, it was no laws and shit like that. Like, for real, you know. People don't even know this. Like people like Wyatt Earp that's put on a pedestal here were actually corrupt ass fucking individuals. If you go actually stop watching fucking, you know what? The only movie that kind of shine a light on it is Tombstone. And then they said that was kind of not factual, but it was more factual than a lot of movies. Because the one with Kevin Costner, they made two Wyatt Earp movies. One was called Tombstone, one was called Wyatt Earp. One had Kurt Russell, one had Kevin Costner. They let the Tombstone one come out first, which was the better one. But they said that was more fictional. The Wyatt Earp one was supposed to be the more real one because at the end of the day, it's supposed to be really based off his life. But when you go into history and look him up, he was a corrupt ass lawman. Him and all his brothers. That's why in Tombstone you was seeing them going, extorting motherfuckers. They was going into casinos and extorting them. Yeah, well, we'll help you. You got to cut us in on it. Salakia, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be complete, utter chaos when the shit all go. I mean, you just seeing little bits of things. Like you gotta remember, like this is one of the most selfish, disgusting, disrespectful, violent places in the fucking world. I mean, we ain't as violent as some, but we violent. Best believe that. Put it like this: when it get down low on the food and that shit coming, if it's more guns than it is people here, what the fuck do you expect to happen? In the book, this is the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 8. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. So at the end of the day, I think it's in the Numbers. Let me get it real quick. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 35, starting at verse 33. The point is in 33, because at the end of the day, this land has been polluted by all the wickedness, the homosexuality, the witchcraft, just all the blood of the saints. You gotta remember, there's a great slaughter on this land by E to the Gad and Reuben. You know what I mean? It's a cartoon. You gotta remember they took Mexico. You know what I'm saying? What Texas? They took Texas. Texas was part of Mexico at one point. That was that whole little thing that I forgot what war that with the Alamo and shit like that. But at the end of the day, it's gonna be a big bloodshed the second time as well. It's like I said in the book of Daniel, it tells you that the saints are gonna take the kingdom. Verse Numbers 35 and 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. Meaning an eye for an eye. So the only way to cleanse this shit is gonna be by the blood of those that defiled it with the blood of the Israelites. You know what I mean? The ones that shed blood on this land. The only thing that's gonna clean it is their blood. Back into the video. I did not mean to make this that long, Salakia. Back into the video.
Okay, you guys, love everybody. Be safe. Have a good day.
And then there's another. In this video, instead of responding immediately to when he hears gunfire, he'd rather take the time to be a social media star by showing his eye roll and grabbing a big, heavy gun. The thing is, he does this a lot. Here's another on a list of videos, and there's only so much time to show you these, of allegedly hearing two citizens ticked at one another, and he pulls out his firearm instead of trying to de-escalate the situation. In another, as you're going to see right here, he weirdly creeps into the shot with, of course,
and just showing you, and that's what I called this guy. And a brother, when I put the video up in the chat, the brother was like, yeah, he's saying kind of effeminate. And, that's what people were sadly mistaken at. You know what I mean? They thinking automatically a homosexual got to be a motherfucking, just walking around trying to be like a girl when they don't understand. You got homosexuals that, you know what I mean? Like Masons believe that. You know what I mean? I can literally testify that a Mason told me that shit. You get what I'm saying? A Mason really tried, and I looked at the nigga like, this nigga crazy. Me and my brother talked about that when I was in the world. He was like, it's sad enough to see a man acting like a woman, but just imagine how fucked up the man is that's popping the man thinking he's still a man or ain't nothing wrong with it. And that's how basically the Mason tried to explain it to me. He like, well, this man, you see the one dude acting like a girl But you know what I mean. But he like, but then it could be that man that's still acting like a man, but you know what I mean, because he's taking on the energy of that. Some old retarded shit. And I'm listening to this shit like this nigga crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when people say that they homosexuals, if you'd have, I mean, if I'd have had a phone at the time or a recorder, I'd have taped this nigga. So I mean, you know, at the end of the day, you know, like I say, people want to deny shit. You know, a lot of people become Masons and join that shit because of the fact the perks that come with it, not understanding what you really getting involved in. It literally, what's his name? Albert Pike said that the people up under the 30, what's the 30th degree, so under 33 and under to 30, they don't even know what they really worshiping. They join it because they know, oh well, yeah, this person, he a Mason, and I can get these kind. You know, a lot of people join it for the worldly aspects of it. You know what I mean? The policeman might be a Mason, so therefore, you know, you say some Masonic shit or do some Masonic shit, and boom, you know that's why policemen got Masonic lounges and shit. You know, at the end of the day. Not, and that's why it talks about a man to sell his soul, give up his, you know, sell his soul. I'm probably about to butcher it, but you know, gain the whole world but lose his very soul. You know what I mean? You gonna sell your soul for the pleasure of this world when the pleasure of this world ain't even shit. The show this is a bum ass deal. I done heard Kanye. You got people that got money say this shit. Cause at the end of the day, man, like man, Esau don't know everything. You people put him on a godlike level. He still don't. He ain't even searched off the whole fucking oceans. You got people really think they went to the moon. That's how you know he the fucking devil. When you go to the word devil, it means deceiver. Go look up a word. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it is so cold because it's right in your face. You know what I mean? As much years as I was going to church, I couldn't stand church. And guess what? I wasn't even in the right spirit. I mean, Salakia. I wasn't in the wrong spirit. You know what I'm saying? Because I always found it weird. Like, okay, man, we at a church, but we not really talking about God. Really, I'm up here looking at these girls. You ask a question to the reverend, he don't want to answer shit. It just like it was weirded out. And then come to find out, yeah, because they harlot houses. They not even. You got churches right now to show you how a person going to church right now and they not talking about the Book of Revelations, but you seeing you living this shit. Then you might as well just, you know what I'm saying? Like, the fuck is you going to church for? Like, you know what I'm saying? You'll get more truth walking down the street and finding a camp. You know, and at the end of the day, it's a lot of harlotry in them churches because they sold for it. You know what I mean? If you go into the history of this shit, like you got the president, I forgot what president that actually allowed the 501c to come into play. And motherfuckers jumped on that because they wanted to keep the little money from the congregations. And it tells you a gift to destroy their heart. That's why you got these fucking church members these congregation and these pastors that's literally mega church pastors that's millionaires. And you know what I'm saying? You got, like, what's that dude, Joel Osteen? You know, literally, it talk about help your neighbor and all this shit. Now, we know neighbor is not like this white woman or that motherfucking Moabite that owns the Chinese store up the street or the Arabs that take all our money in the neighborhood. Your neighbor is a person that look like you. If you get a concordance and look that up, it'll say that. It say countrymen. But yet still, Joel Osteen, when people needed that safe haven to rest, what did Joel Osteen do? He locked his fucking church. But you people will still be up here trusting in this, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the Lord gonna fuck you people up, though. Like, I mean, real talk. Like, it's fucking hilarious. Salakia. I did not mean to make this long. That's the spirit, though. I'm about to go back to the video.
Thin blue flag right behind
That's
him.
a Babylonian,
but in that
though.
original video.
And so that's what I'm saying. Like, he respects the country. I mean, he probably was in the military. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's how a lot of Jakes get brainwashed. I was locked up with a dude that went to the military. He was like, man, if I could take it back, I would. He said, the shit I learned, I could go make an obstacle course in the backyard. He said, and at the end of the day, all it did was showed you the, like, it's to dehumanize you. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you only gain rank in the military by being a person that's going to just follow orders. That's why that one guy said what he said about soldiers. They born to die. They like dumb, filthy animals or something along the lines of that. They don't even respect you. You know what I mean? You die in the wars they created, but yet still they don't even have no respect for you. Let alone the average 2/3 nigga though. You know what I mean? Like, That's what I say. Like Esau not really scared of these niggas that's gang banging and shit like that. Well, no, something. It's the truth though, because when you go into the history of it, to show you like this Black Lives Matter shit. Go research the shit. It's 3 lesbian bitches that don't even like men, that don't like black men. They probably like the hunky man. You know what I'm saying? But they don't like men. But them is the real people behind it. In some kind of way, it went from Black Lives Matter, Jake getting killed, to they throwing in there about homosexuals have lives matter and queer people lives matter. So that's how you know this is not a real movement. You get what I'm saying? This isn't like the Huff riots back in the day. You know Huff riots was real because the simple fact is Jake was in Huff. They burnt down their own shit. That's when you mad and you do shit and you don't even think about doing it. That you're not in your, that's real true anger. This shit's staged. You get what I'm saying? They talking about they showing up at cities and the bricks is already lined up for you. Like the fuck? And people don't see it and then don't realize the repercussions that's gonna come with this. Esau is a master disguise. He the devil, but to play like he the nicest guy in the world. He want to be justified to the world when he do what he do. Why the fuck do you think that they sit up there and had to lie on Saddam Hussein to get in there? They lied on this dude. That's why y'all all saying Kim Jong-un is so crazy. No. Saddam Hussein said, no, we don't have no weapons of mass destruction, and America came in that bitch. Kim Jong-un said, yeah, we got them bitches, and I shoot one of them bitches at your ass. And the funny part is that's the spirit. I just saw him talking about blowing this bitch up again. I was going to do a video on that. But like I said, I'm bouncing around all over the place. So Salakia, if it's confusion, like I said, because the Lord is not author of confusion. Like I say, it be so much stuff going on. You're trying to keep up with it. And it's more supposed to be informative than a rant. But like I say, it just made me think about it. Because, like I said, this dude, he doesn't, he doesn't see you as him. He see himself as that badge or that flag. He probably's in the military, brainwashed, and, he's stuck. But contrary to popular belief, every homosexual, like the brother was saying, he sounded like a little effeminate. He probably, because you'd be surprised, you know what I'm saying? Like the one elder, Dimasha Pot, he was saying, he was locked up. He said when they would go train with other country soldiers, he said, shit, you'd be surprised what country soldiers, most of them motherfuckers was fags. He talking about literally they was raping each other, you know what I mean? Like on some late night. People don't even understand. That's why a motherfucker's so stupid to send your daughter or let your daughter go to the military. Bitches getting raped in there. You know what I'm saying? And then they can't really even, you know what I'm saying? Man, at one point they had probably know who did it and just turn their head. I don't know what would be the repercussions now, but it's so bad anyway now. I mean, you got to remember, they say don't ask, don't tell type shit. So, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I wouldn't be surprised if the dude was a homosexual. Because like I said, when you go into history, some of the motherfuckers, like Alexander the Great, he would kill you. He was a fucking accomplished warrior. You know what I'm saying? Why do you think he took over most of the known world? You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, love fucking faggot. You know what I'm saying? I mean, fag. You know what I'm saying? So, it was this movie called Hammer of the Gods. And it got the dude that played on Lord of the Rings. Long story short, though, dude was a fag. But he wasn't no girly girl fag. He, you know what I mean? He was a fag. He knew this was a man that just to exert his authority and power over this man. He, you know what I mean? He had a broad and a dude. You know what I'm saying? And had them catering to him. So, you know what I mean? And actually, Hammer of the Gods, for all the brothers, is a good movie. Go check it out because it show you that they was Jake. You know what I mean? Even though it got Esau put shit in your face, but then play games with you. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, there's so much shit in your face, but people just so slow and don't see it because they literally talk about the white Jesus, but they white men because they was Vikings. And if you know anything about history, the Vikings was Jakes.
One user put it like this: cops aren't overly violent, and if you think they are, why don't you physically fight them about it? We could do whatever you want to do, boss man, wrote Charlotte Hornet, Miles Bridges. Famed trainer Eric Kelly said he would slump MAGA Robocop, then posted, I accept your challenge, officer. Oklahoma wideout Theo Howard wrote, your chin ain't as buff as the rest of your body. And the list goes on and on and on.
So, point being is, that literally made him look stupid. So now he backpedaling. And like I said, and that just also showing you the time we in. People not giving a fuck about that badge, authority. So just a wait till when it really get down to it's low on food. These devils done set this up so fucking. I was thinking about something because one of my little brothers was always talking about the library. I don't think the library gonna open back up. You know what I mean? Because take the time to think about this. Everything else open back up. You got restaurants that's open, but they not opening up their dining room because they looking at it like, why would I pay to separate 6 feet distance and all that shit? I just leave my drive-through open. You got restaurants that ain't separate and make 6 feet distance. You got some that put up the plexi. That shit costs money. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, you know what I mean? Like you just had certain shit locked. Man, you had restaurants locked down that whole time. Yeah, like I say, people. I got one more scripture. Well, no, I got two more. And it tells you in the scripture about how because it's gonna be division. You know what I mean? And that's all of the will of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? This is Matthew chapter 10, 34. Matthew 10 and 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. For I am come to set a man at variance. When you go into that word variance, it's G1369. So that's a Greek word, hadzo. Make apart. I mean, I ain't got to even go further. So it's going to turn people apart. You know what I mean? A tomo, uprisings. You know what I mean? And not just man against his neighbor, you know what I mean? But you got Jake, you got athletes up there like they feeling some kind of way, because everybody's bothered by this shit. You know what I mean? Like, do you not know that literally, like, why do you think people that go to jail be lightweight looked at differently? You just had people that were just put down and locked away for months. They telling you all these numbers on COVID, but they ain't telling you about all the suicides that probably have. And the thing is, Esau, that's how much he the devil. He know this shit. You gotta remember, this man has accomplished a diligent search. He studies the brain and shit like that. I had a book. They told you they knew about brain and chip technology back in the fucking like 70s. So what they trying to do now, it's already mastered to a certain extent. Like at the end of the day, like I forget the guy's name, but he the guy that was able to put the chip in the bull fucking brain and make it when it was about to charge, when the guy would swing the cape, when it was about to charge, he was able to hit a button and make it stop. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. Because at the end of the day, and a man's foes shall be they of his own household. And I know some brothers in the truth have experienced that. I have experienced that. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? But the point is, it's going to be complete and utter division. And you seeing that with, you got these Republicans against these Democrats. You got Esau against Jake, white against black. You know what I mean? Like, come on, like, and that's the thing. You know what I mean? You already in a divided place. As much as they want to scream, "Oh, we're all equal and we all," that's why I say that's how you know you're the devil. And the funny part is, people don't give a fuck until it's affecting them. You get what I'm saying? It's good for E to be feeling some racism. You know what I mean? It's good for, cops to be getting shitted on. Because they do use and abuse their power. You know what kind of shit I went through as a child dealing with the police? And it wasn't even the hunky ones. It was motherfuckers that looked like me. We ain't even doing nothing. I had a car when I was like 16. I remember we was just sitting in the car. You know what I mean? I had temps. You know what I mean? We sitting in my car. The fuck? They came and blew down on us, and we ain't got no drugs. I think we smoking. They came, made us for smoking. They made us take our shirt. It's dead fucking winter. They made us take our shirts off. The one thing I'm glad my daddy wasn't there, because I don't know how he would have reacted to that. Like, what the fuck? Because my daddy wasn't no slow guy. So, you know how illegal that shit was? We were underage. You know what I'm saying? Like, but, I guess in their mind, they thought, you know what I mean? They thought they was teaching us a lesson or something like that. Nobody took you to the side and say, well, why would you want us to be smoking? You niggas. But they do some nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just funny to me. And that's why in this day, now all these years later, what's that, 24 years or something, nah, these bitches gonna be, because no one's gonna be a sad day to be a cop in that day. They defunding the police stations. You really think they're gonna be running around, I'm a policeman, I was a policeman? Hell no. It's gonna be like The Walking Dead or Dawn of the Dead. That badge ain't gonna mean shit in that day. I got one more script, and I'm gonna end the lesson. This is Second Ezra, 15, verse 15, I believe. Second Ezra 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, meaning destruction. Destruction to the world and them that dwell therein. Destruction to the world and them that dwell therein. So not just destruction to the world, but to the people that dwell therein. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, because it's almost near. Like I said, you seeing people catching hell now, but you ain't saying where it's about to be on a. Like I said, when this food shortage shit's come, and all them proud nigga women, all these bitches that thinking, I mean, and it's so sad too, cause like, why would you? He just left you high and dry when he shut down the whole fucking country. You know what I mean? Like, bitches wasn't getting child support. You know what I'm saying? It was videos of the one broad, she having a fucking meltdown because she up there like, oh my God, I can't get a job because the fucking, I can't get the ID. And you know what I mean? She like, well, you got fucking this fucking Popeyes thing open. How is that essential? But this ain't essential. You think she's still feeling like that now? And then the thing is, like I said, I know a bitch told me she ain't gonna suck a dick out of necessity, but she'll suck a dick out of cause she wanna suck the dick. Cause some old dumb shit. Like I would respect you more if you suck the dick to feed your kid. You know what I mean? Like, bitch, I don't got no respect because you just, oh yeah, he made me feel some kind of special. So like, you got to be the most selfish nigga bitch ever. It's draw of nigh, one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, evading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So at the end of the day, the sedition is gonna be uprisings. You know what I mean? And you seeing that now. You got celebrities. The funny part is, like I say, if anything come on, to show you how goofy people is, like I said, this social media actually affected and social engineer. You know, if you go into the word social engineer, is people that's, you know, do you know what the word engineering? So you got people that's actually changing opinion and changing how the world they wanted to, you know, run and whatnot. You know, they got different mechanics and things like that. Just like with this fucking Black Lives Matter thing. This is being socially engineered. Like, real talk, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could say, because the thing is, whenever Esau, you know, it's always been little movements, but Esau always had to literally like get somebody to infiltrate it. This time he looked at it like, well, shit, I'm gonna just control it from the get-go. Do you really think them three lesbian? And to show you how weak our people is, why the fuck would you be listening to some lesbian bitches? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, seriously though. You know, in Mexico, they took that it was a bitch that was like a governor or something. They dogged that bitch. You know what I'm saying? The mayor, they took and they dragged his ass by a truck. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit, the reality of shit gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you seeing when people really figure out, like, God damn, because you got people really believing these people, it's got your best interests in mind. These people just took all this fucking money and gave you $1,200. Like, how the fuck is that gonna help? How that gonna help somebody that lost their job and gotta pay? They bills is $2,000-$3,000, but you give them $1,200. Like, that shit's supposed to, like, what? That's like a smack in the face. That's like if a nigga hit a bank for $1 million, but he had you ride down there, take all these penitentiary chances, and he give you like $1,200. You gonna want to kill this nigga, right? But Salakia, I'm gonna end the lesson on that. So, like I said, I just found that video humorous, you know what I'm saying? And but really, with a spiritual eyes, just showing you, like I said, like Second Ezra 15 saying they not regarding their kings, their authorities, none of that. You got all these talking heads that's on social media and in the news that's just disrespecting Trump. You know what I mean? So like Apostle Tahar said, he's like, shit, I would have never chose to do that. Like, I don't know what they gave him to want to do that. I don't know if he, in his mind, he really thought he could make America great. Because like Apostle Tahar said, you got to take the time to think about it. Before he got into office, he was saying, I'll do this and I'll do that and I'll do this. He get in office, it's always like that though. You know what I mean? That's how you know it's already like a president really doesn't have any power. You know what I mean? You know, he's set in place to do certain things to forward an agenda. It ain't no Democrat and Republican because both sides are owned by the elite. You know, that's an ancient trick. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's giving you the illusion of you got a choice of free will, and you don't. I'm going to end the lesson with that. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory, call, Loyum, La Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Rachak, that's with thumb. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, taught me the truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth with faith and sincerity, risking their lives and the freedom to do so. Shalom to the Akwat and the Akim out there listening and learning. Lord willing, to edify video. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad, looking like the other nations, but subscribing to this truth. To you, I say shalom. Till next time, Lord willingly, I'm able to come with another lesson. Shalom, shalom, and Mawaf Lababal, shalom.